Well, good day, family. Welcome to Life and Leadership with myself, Tyler Wooten. It is so good to have you tune in today. And I just want to say Happy New Year. Today, at the time of this recording, it is the first week of the year. And I believe it's going to be the best year for you if you lean into it. Remember, ain't nothing gonna change unless we change. All right, because we turn the page on the calendar does not mean that we change. Okay, aging is inevitable, but growth is optional. So I'm choosing to grow this year, and I feel like you will do the same. My wife and I just got back from what we call a vision trip. We try to do this every year, and essentially we just go find some random like tiny home or cabin like in the middle of the woods, very unplugged in the middle of a field, just somewhere simple, somewhere very likely secluded from the rest of civilization. It's just good to get away. I've learned that, and you know this too, that it's so hard to work on things when you're always in it, right? So it's really important that you work on your life, that we work on our lives, that we zoom out, to 30,000 feet. And because every day, Monday, through Friday, Sunday to Saturday, we're always in it. We're always locked in. And so it's important that we pull away and just work. So kind of the layout of that is, of course, first and foremost, I make sure that I get a word of the year, like a guiding light, a guiding post, okay? And if you know me, I'm a man of faith. I believe that we serve a God, Jesus, who speaks. And so it's just a really good time for me. 3 or 4 days, I just pull away and I lock in, spend time with the Lord. Of course, my wife is there as well. But we just take a day or two kind of separated and, seek the Lord and just sense what he is saying for the year, what he wants us to lean into individually, personally. And I found that if I am healthy and whole and I have vision for my life personally, it's likely going to bleed over into other areas. And so I seek him for personal vision. I seek him for, of course, vision for my marriage, and then vision for family, and then vision for my career, my profession. And so I encourage you to pull away, even if it's a night or two in a hotel. Every now and then I still will go do that. We will go do that together. Just kind of pull away. We need to retreat from day to day, okay, and then work on it, not just in it. And I want to say this. There's a reason why you sense what you sense. I believe that the Lord has you sense something so you can see the something. All right, so you sense it for a reason. There's a reason why you dream the way you dream. You just got to put some nuts and bolts to it. Okay, so I want to kind of walk you through today in today's episode. I want to walk you through the strategy of it all, what we do on these vision trips. Okay, and you don't have to necessarily go away to do this. It helps me and my mind, but I encourage you to do a check-in on these things that we're going to walk through. And if you've been around me for any period of time, you've likely heard me talk about these things. I believe, here we go. I believe there are 4 pillars that ought to guide our lives. 4 pillars. Okay? 4 pillars. Number 1, it's vision. The Bible says that we perish if we don't have vision. We run without restraints. It's kind of like when you go to the bowling alley and you need the bumpers. Some of us, we don't always bowl straight. All right, so, I ain't too bad. I'm either going to knock all of them down or the ball is going to end up in the lane next to it. Okay. So I'm very hit or miss with that. But yeah, some of us need those bumpers, right? And so we need those rails in life. And that's what vision does. Vision sets the tone. It sets the trajectory. So vision, okay, I'm going to give you the who, what, when, where, how, and why of life, okay? So vision is where you are going and what you want to accomplish. Where you are going and what you want to accomplish. All right, so kind of what this looks like for me is I get out an old school memo pad or moleskin journal. I believe in the power of a good journal, a good notepad, old school paper and pen. You can do it however you want to do it. All right, but I sit down undistracted and I write down without limitations, okay? With no limits, no roof, no cap to it all. Not like the new version of no cap, but like no lid to it all. And I write down the big items to the smallest items. I mean, things like I want to see this amount invested. I want to buy a new home. I want to buy a new car, all the way to I want to take better care of my skin. I want to simplify my wardrobe. I want to wake up earlier. I want to go to sleep earlier. I want to spend more time with family. I mean, just the list goes on. I want to work out, every single day or whatever it is, 3 days a week. I want to hit my 10,000 steps every day. I want to drink more water. Okay? I want to clean the house every day. I want to be more organized. I want to have a cleaner car. I want to, I don't know, not let my tank go down to E. I'm just making up things, okay? But it's just listing out all of these things on a piece of paper. Again, no limit. I would even write down things if money weren't an issue. I mean, just everything, just like they call it brain dumping, just brain dump on the paper, okay? So vision, where you are going and what you want to accomplish. I want to make more money. I want to travel more, etc., whatever. All right, that's number one, vision, where you're going, what you want to accomplish. And this is what I do on these trips. This is what I do on these retreats. When we get away, I write down these things. All right, number two, mission. Mission is why you do what you do. Why you do what you do. So, for me, if you know me, I do like being healthy and staying in shape, okay? So, if I have a vision of looking good, feeling good, if I have a vision, of that, then if I have a vision of going to the gym X amount, days a week, which is a little bit into our point 3 in just a minute. But my mission, my why, it's not a vain thing. Okay. There's a reason why I want to be healthy. So if you ask me why, of course I can say I want to feel good. I want to feel better. Well, why? Why do you want to feel better? Okay, now we get into the exercise of asking something why like 3 to 5 times. And when you ask it why, let's just say 5 times, you connect it to a heart level matter. You connect it to an emotion. You connect it to a passion. And once you connect it to that, once you go beyond the surface, it's like your level of focus and determination, it goes to a whole nother level because now it's personal. You've made it personal. So I want to feel better. Okay. Why do you want to feel better? Well, I mean, I want more energy. Well, why do you want more energy? Well, I want to do, I don't want to be sluggish at 6 o'clock when I get home from work. Well, why? Well, because my son goes to sleep at 8. Well, why does that matter to you that you have more energy from 6 to 8? Because I want to spend time with him. Well, why does that matter? Because I want to be a present father. Well, why does that matter? Because I'm also looking beyond me fathering him. I'm looking toward him fathering his kids. So why does that matter? Well, I want to create a general legacy, and I want to, etc. But you completely. It's like you're wringing out the towel, right? You're getting down to a real personal level. Now, me waking up at 6:00 in the morning to go to the gym for an hour, for 45 minutes, whatever, it's not that big of a deal when I see the macro goal, when I put the mission on it. Okay, so the mission is the heartbeat of why you do what you do, why you are endeavoring to pursue such a vision. Okay, so ask it why, like 3 to 5 times or more. Maybe it's going to take more. Maybe you got to dig through some layers of what other people said on why you should be doing this, etc. You got to make it personal. Okay, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do something because somebody else is telling you to do it. Do it because you know what's right and you know what it's going to take. All right. So the mission is the why to your cry. It's why you do what you do. All right. It's the cause. It's the reason. David, when he was a young teenage boy, maybe teenager, when he went out to fight Goliath, whether you're a Christian or not a Christian, you probably know of the story of David and Goliath, at least the concept of it. David, little guy, Goliath, big guy. Okay, when David ran out to fight Goliath, he had a vision of slaying the giant, but the mission was the why. He ran out and said this. He looked, when everybody else was kind of laughing and mocking or cowarding, he looked back and he said this in the Bible. He said this: is there not a cause? Is there not a cause? Is there not a reason? Is there not a why? Is there not a mission? The why is what empowered him to see what he knew needed to happen. The vision. And the why behind the giant being slain was that the people were in trouble. So mission typically serves people. And I'll say this about vision. Vision will typically, no, I go on to say, vision impacts and involves other people. Vision impacts and involves other people. Habakkuk 2 talks about writing the vision and making it plain so that who reads it can run with it. It involves and it impacts. It goes beyond you. That's why the why, that's why you have to ask it why that many times, because you start getting down to a level that connects it to other people. All right? And so vision, mission. Mission is the why. It's the reason you're doing such a vision. Okay? Now, let's get into strategy. Number 3, strategy. Strategy is the how and when you're doing such a task. How and when. You can't just say, I have vision to get healthy. I got a vision for it. Well, great. And I have a why. I got a mission. Awesome. What are you going to do about it? It's one of my favorite questions to ask myself, first and foremost, and to ask other people. Hey, great. What are you going to do about it? Okay? So vision is the where and what. Mission is the why. And strategy is how and when. So I want to lose 10 pounds. Okay, how are you going to do that? I'm going to go to the gym. No, great, but when? A few days a week. No, when? Monday, Wednesday, Friday. No, when? Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 4:30. Okay, great. How are you going to get ready for it? Okay, I'm going to lay out my clothes the night before. Well, great. I know I said 4:30. You probably won't see your boy at the gym at 4:30 a.m., okay? But you might catch me there a little bit later, right? But how and when, okay? And here's the thing, too. You shoot for the moon. You land amongst the stars, okay? Life is about trajectory. All right. We ought to do a whole nother episode on trajectory. There's gonna be days. There are gonna be days when we maybe veer off course just a little bit. But the power of trajectory, it's that you can just re-aim the head. Okay? It's about small adjustments every day. And giving yourself grace. Give yourself grace. If you get off track for a day or two, just get back on. I'm speaking to somebody right now. Maybe myself. If you get off track just a little bit, just get back on track. It's all good. You're going to be just fine. Okay? Don't get off track for years. If you've been off track for years, give yourself grace. Just get back on track. Now I know it's easier said than done. Just get a plan. Put it into motion. Victories are won little by little. Okay? Little by little. Give yourself grace. Get back on trajectory. And end up at the destination that you dream of. You didn't ruin it. It's not too late. You didn't throw it out the window. Just make a decision. Get a plan. Get accountability. And get back on track. I've had to do that plenty of times in my life. Okay. And there are going to be other times when I got to just give myself a little bit of grace and just, acknowledging that life gets busy. All right. So let's get back on track this year. This is your year. Yeah. This is your year. All right. So strategy is the how and when, getting very specific, because when you do that, it eliminates all excuses. For me, one of the hacks that I do, I know I'm using like health and fitness just as an example, but this is much bigger than that. It's much, much wider. One of the things that I do is I always try to get a gym, not the latest and greatest, and not one that I'm investing in that I'll never use the amenities. It's like my gym has a track and a pool and an infrared sauna and a cold plunge bath or whatever. And that's great if your gym has that, if you are utilizing those things. All right. So I love my gym. It's right by my house. I pass by it twice at least every single day. So I have eliminated all excuses from, being healthy, going to the gym physically. Okay. So strategy is how and when. It's really important that you dive into that. Okay. And then, last but not least at all, it's this: values. Values. So vision, mission, strategy, and values. Values is the who you're going to be all the while you're pursuing such a vision. It is your deepest convictions. Values. It's the principles of which you live by. Values are the I am and I will statements. I am, if you're watching the video on YouTube, you can see me doing the air quotes. It's the I am and I will statements of your life. Get like 5 to 7, your deepest convictions. I am, for example, I am a man of prayer. I am a man of integrity. I am humble. I will always prioritize family. I will leave the truth in my son. I will always bow at the feet of Jesus. Just the I am and I will statements of your life. Because at the end of the day, it's who you are that matters. And it's who you are that honors God the most. I know everyone else can see the external, but let us live and lead in such a way that we do so from the inside out. And if the inside is what God honors and he values the most, I think it's pretty important that we do the same thing. Okay? So we got to grow and invest, and we got to know who we are. Okay? Write these convictions down, things that move you. All right? Okay. Vision is where and what. Mission is why. Strategy is how and when. And values, it's who you are, who you're going to be.